Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Shivangi Singh Astrology. As you know, on my channel I do pick a card readings. I also do tarot deck reviews, tarot, oracle, Lenormand, all these. And today the deck we have is this one. It's the Moonology Oracle card deck. It's a 44 card deck by Yasmin Boland and artwork is by Nick Rowan. And I received this in the mail today and I thought that I should do a review on this. So I wanted to talk about the number of cards here. So most of the oracle decks these days have at least 60 cards and this one has 44. So that way, like, the number of cards are less and the finish is matte to the point where it's actually a little dull. So this silver part is nice. The Moonology, where they've written Moonology, that is nice. But other than that, like, the whole overall look is kind of not very bright. Like, the colors don't pop out of the cards. So I have prepped this deck by doing the salt circle and then cleansing each and every card and every part of this deck with fire through a candle, like I do. But since these are moon cards, I've kept it very mellow. Like, I've not gone too heavy with the cleaning process because you have to have that nurturing, loving essence with the moon. So my cleansing process also varies with different types of cards. So this one is by Hay House and you can see the back here. And I actually like the idea of these cards because it's important to, for all the light workers, all the witches, to work with something which actually tells you about the moon and the various phases and everything. So that way this card is a welcome change to all the ordinary oracle decks. I don't think we have any other moon oracle deck which is this popular. It's the most popular one and I really like it. Like, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos and everyone's talking about this deck and using it and they like it and I like it too. But obviously, like, no deck is perfect. So there are a few flaws in all the decks that we'll look at. So I like the cover. As always, Hay House is doing a wonderful job. Hay House is creating magic after magic. Hay House has really upped their game. I love the card, the material as well as the design. It's very beautiful. And then we have the book here, the guidebook, which is very simple and it's nice. Usual books that you get, nothing out of the blue. It's really nice. I like it. Helpful. Then we have the 44 card decks. So inside the deck we have this message here, which is nice, this is a new edition that Hay House has started doing. And I'm somebody who really likes gilding, so I don't like the fact that these cards aren't gilded. In fact, with this beautiful matte moon kind of a back cover, what they could have done is given it a nice pearl white plus silver kind of a gilding. That would have looked really nice, sparkly metallic pearl white or something in silver. That gilding would have looked perfect with this deck. It would have completed the whole look of this deck. So without gilding, I always feel that there's something incomplete in a deck. There should at least be some form of color. So for example, I got my Tattoo Tarot deck a few days back, and if you've seen the review on my channel, you know that I was not happy with the deck. So what I did was I asked a lot of my followers on Instagram, should I return it? What do you like about the deck? So they all said that they like the imagery and I decided to keep it because that was the suggestion from my followers. But I could not connect with the deck, so I did something. This is my Tattoo Tarot deck. I painted it black. I painted the edges black because I missed the gilding. There was no gilding and I didn't like it. So this one is actually sparkly black. Like, I've added silver here, but then I realized matte finish looks much better, so I followed it up. Rest of the edges, they're all matte black. So now I feel that there's a complete look to this deck. Earlier it was not even white, it was like some dirty gray color on the side. I don't know what the makers of this Tattoo Tarot deck did, but now I feel that, you know, this is my deck. Like, I can connect with it. The look is completed. It's black, and then, you know, there's a whole theme going on. It's black on the edges and it's really nice, and then here we have the images. So now it makes much more sense to me. So this is a part of the deck, and some of the cards got a little paint on them, so I'm cleaning them. Let me know if this happens with you also. When you color the edges of your deck, do the cards also get some of that color, that paint? Because mine did, and I mean, it's quite a task to get those colors off. I'm still struggling, but I will get that color off. For example, in this star card, I got this whole paint over here, and I know that this will go. It's just that it will need a little bit of elbow grease to get these off. That's it. Other than that, I'm very happy that I painted them black. They just look complete now. You know, it just makes more sense with the black gilding slash painting on the cards. Without that, this deck was just not making any sense to me. Even now, I do have a few complaints with the Tattoo Tarot, but anyway, this is not what this video is about. It's about this one, the Moonology. So like I was saying, if they could have provided silver slash metallic pearl white or even pearl white gilding, it would have made a lot more sense. But anyway, here we are. So I have 2 negative feedback so far. First of all, number of cards is less. It's only 44. Second, the gilding, most important. I mean, I'm ready to forgive that there are only 44 cards. It's okay. But, you know, gilding is what completes the look of a deck. Especially in this deck, which is all about moon. I think if you could have provided metallic silver or pearl white kind of gilding, it would have looked really nice. But anyway, let's move on to the cards. So the cards are really nice. I think these are really useful cards. We can use them in many ways, in many kinds of readings, and I like that. I like the color in the middle. That's really nice. So when you actually hold them in your hand, it's not that bright. Somehow this deck actually looks brighter on camera for some reason. Otherwise, like, if you see them, if you view these cards in real life, in daylight, it's actually dull, which is not something that normally happens. Then let me just take you through. I like the images, I like the artwork. I think it's very good, and it's very coherent. It goes with the theme. I don't see any incoherence like I did with Tattoo Tarot. Many cards were just off in that deck, but here I think there's a coherence. The theme is followed, and cards just make sense. They are very, very helpful in your readings. They help you in various ways. I really, really like this deck, except for the gilding part. And since I don't want these cards to get anything on them, I'm not going to try and, you know, paint the edges silver or anything. I'm just going to accept them as they are. So yeah, I really like this deck and I would recommend it. But I would not probably recommend it to beginners. I would recommend it to people who know a little bit about moon cycles and what to expect. So basically, if you're a professional astrologer, then this deck is definitely for you. I would really recommend it to all the astrologers, Vedic astrologers, everyone who is interested in the moon cycles and the moon. If you feel drawn to the moon, then definitely go for this deck. It's really nice. It will guide you and you'll feel connected to it like I do. So even though there's no gilding, even though the number of cards is less, I still feel that I have a connection with this deck. I find it really beautiful and I'm generally very, very connected to the moon. So, I mean, I identify as a witch, so this just makes sense. It was in fact high time that I started owning a deck based on moon, and I think here these people have done a great job and Hay House has done a really good job. So one thing that I'm noticing in the decks that I have received recently from Hay House is that all the cards have this thing, like, you know, where they sort of come forward, this part sort of is tilted forward in such a way that cards tend to stick together. So I've seen a lot of YouTubers talk about this, and this is definitely one of the things. Hay House is doing a brilliant job, no doubt about it. But then with this sort of slight tilting towards the front, cards tend to just stick together, and then when you're shuffling them, it creates a little bit of problem. So I think this is my favorite card from the deck. It's really beautiful. I think this is the same imagery on cover and cover of the book also. It's really nice, very beautiful. All the cards by themselves are extremely beautiful. The artwork is stunning. So this is my review of this deck, and as always, I was not biased. I was very fair. I told you the pros and the cons. I told you what I don't like about this deck as well. So that is something that I do. I give very fair sort of reviews. I will tell you what the deck lacks. I will not just go ahead and tell you, oh my god, it's the most beautiful deck in the world, blah blah, because I think that's not helpful when you're going to invest money into a card deck. I think it should be worth your money, and that's why I do this. That's why I do deck reviews, because I need something helpful when I'm buying the deck. So yeah, you know all the pros and cons of this deck now, and I hope that I see you in my next reading, next video, or you can book a private reading with me, and just leave a comment. I'll get back to you. So let me know what has been your experience with this particular deck, and you know whether you agree or disagree with what I have to say about these cards. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you in my next reading, next video. Bye. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.